This podcast is brought to you by Rebecca Cassells of the Rising Dawn series. Do you like violence? Do you like smut? Are you tired of the stereotypical novels of werewolf romance out there and want something a little bit different? Then pick up Sparked Revolution, Book 1 in the Rising Dawn series by Rebecca Cassells. Available on Amazon, in Kindle, and paperback. You too can become a sponsor of Stories, the True and the Fictional by heading on over to buymeacoffee.com/STTATF or follow the link in the show notes.
Ladies and gentlemen, action fans and lovers of excessive explosions, have we got a movie for you? From the minds that brought you every action cliche ever comes the most over-the-top, testosterone-fueled, explosion-packed thrill ride of the year. Get ready for Explosive Justice. Starring the greatest lineup of 80s action legends still legally allowed to do their own stunts. That's right, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Mel Gibson, and Sylvester Stallone team up for a high-stakes mission that defies logic, physics, and basic human endurance.
Mess with the best, you're gonna get punched in the chest.
Justice is like a grenade. You gotta pull the pin and let it explode.
I'm too old for this. Wait, no. I'm still good. Let's do this.
They're fighting terrorists, ninjas, corrupt government agents, and somehow dinosaurs? Because why not? This movie is where every punch comes with an explosion and every line is a one-liner. Will they save the world? Will they defy aging and gravity? Will Arnold say, "I'll be back"? You already know the answer, but you will still have to watch. Explosive Justice. Coming to theaters, streaming services, and whatever bootleg DVD stand your uncle owns this summer. Pre-order your tickets now. And if you say, "I'll be back" at checkout, you won't get a discount. But you will get a knowing nod of approval. Because in this movie, every line hits hard.
Question, is it directed by Michael Bay?
This feels like a. I don't know.
John McTiernan.
No. You see, I don't think it's a Michael Bay film because I don't see a Victoria's Secret agent like anywhere. Like I don't see a Victoria's
That's
Secret.
implied. Who
I
are they
don't. I
saying?
do not see a Victoria's Secret angel that's like going, "Look how nerdy this girl is. I put glasses on her. Look how much of a nerd she is." So like,
Look at those overalls and that ponytail. Oh my god, she's
oh my
so
god,
nerdy.
she's so nerdy. Wait, like I'm pretty sure I just saw her the other day in the runway in lingerie and wings. But okay, sure. Let me like just suspend my disbelief and say that that's a nerd. You know,
Did you put that in the prompt though?
I did not. I like honestly, I thought about like there was a few versions I tried, but yeah, no, honestly, you're right. If I had put Michael Bay directed by, I reckon it would have known exactly what to do because
Have you seen the video they did of Titanic but directed by Michael Bay?
it's all exploding.
Yeah, and it's just like people dropping into the water and they explode on him. It's funny.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to Stories, the True and the Fictional.
Hello, Stories True or the Fictional. We are here, of course,
Hello.
talking about the most important thing is basically of all time, which essentially is why did they think of all time that they could put Laura Haddock in glasses and we would think that she's a nerd? I'm just saying in the Transformers film, they went, look at this nerd, and it's like going, that's Laura Haddock. That like I don't think there is a single man alive that would go, oh my God, ugh, nerdy. Look at that. Ugh. Anyway.
Is that going to be our next topic? Most attractive nerd or
I think so because it's such a rich area. Thanks because of 90s films and like, oh my God, she's all that. There's a rich area about that. But I just wanted to point out that if there's, Laura Haddock, well, a successful career.
Yeah.
Style, like, she's had some of her most iconic scenes with the smallest scenes ever, which were obviously her Guardians of the Galaxy scenes. Oh, that gets you. Anyway, what was I talking about?
Nothing really. How are we all doing?
How are we all doing? All right, all right. Yeah. Stories true and the fictional, brought to you by, of course, Rebecca Cassells and our other authors. I don't know what's the other author name.
Martin Kearns.
Martin Kearns, who has questionable taste in books but appreciates Eliza Mazza, so I will respect the man's dedication to the craft. I'm, of course, joined by a man who had to get permission from his government to breathe this morning, Neil Cassells.
That could have been either one of us,
I
to
know
be
that
honest.
could have been, honestly, I could have picked either one of you, and it would have been successfully true. How are we going, Neil? How many breathing tickets did the government allot to you this day?
A limited number. I had to split them up between the family.
Oh, so it's a
Oh,
family ticket
yeah, it's per
deal.
household.
Per
Per
household.
household.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Just like our TV license.
TV
Hmm.
license.
Have you got a license for that TV, mate?
Question on the TV
Yes.
license. Does that count as because of streaming? Does your phone count, or what's the ruling?
I feel like, just like many governments, the laws on this are kept vague enough. So if they want to come for you, they will. If they don't
Interesting.
want to, then they'll interpret it a different way. Essentially, it's originally, if you have a TV in your house that can receive live TV signals and you watch any BBC service, you are liable to pay the license. The problem then is, I've got a TV. I just don't click onto the BBC. Prove it. No, 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 no. Innocent until proven guilty, mate. You prove that I
You
am
prove
watching
I
it.
am watching the
No.
BBC.
Then they expanded it to online services. So
Uh-huh.
BBC's streaming app, BBC iPlayer, then also counted. And now they're just basically trying to push it to, yeah, if you watch TV with anything, Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, then you need your TV license, which honestly, I don't know if the likes of Netflix, Disney, and Amazon will bother to fight it or just say, what the hell?
It's the British government. The
You are literally
Hmm.
subscribed to your government. Like,
Yes.
yes,
Well, that's taxes for you.
but Jamie,
We're getting political very early.
if you are to subscribe to your government, you should also be able to unsubscribe to your government. I'm just saying
ah,
that's how
Mm, mm.
subscriptions work. Now,
yes.
speaking of a man who, when the AI decides to come for us, might survive simply because he's chronically offline, I'm talking about J.A. Bryan. How are you going, sir?
I'm going very well. I am. I am.
Tell me, how does it feel to be the one man fighting against the AI tide?
Oh, well, I'm not fighting the entire tide. I'm fighting aspects of the tide, which is a little easier
It's a little easier. Okay,
than
again,
standing the whole thing.
yeah. I'm just saying. How does it feel knowing that like you're basically swimming upstream against the inevitable?
No, I like to think of it. It's like when you crossing a river.
Yeah.
Like you don't go straight across because you just inevitably go sideways. You go on an angle. So I'm also angling across
Okay.
to get to
The
the other
the only
side.
thing I know about rivers is I
They've got water in them.
you
This is
can't
true.
you can't swim in the same river twice. The water is always changing, always flowing.
Oh, that's deep, man. Did Grok write that for you?
No, that's the lyrics for Pocahontas. We're just around the river bend.
That was quick.
Yes, I've hit the trifecta of things I wanted to talk about today.
Well,
Pocahontas is in the chat.
well, hey, did that's twice. You mentioned Mel Gibson, so that's one. John Smith. Um,
Oh, John Smith, and his incredible singing. Let me just say, his singing in that movie made me believe that I also could become an actor and singer because it was so terrible that it was just awesome. But I actually respect that he tried. Like, actually, like, honestly
yeah,
respect that. Like, he goes like, "Oh, who am I up against? This girl who's like a professional singer who's like literally the girl that does all the do songs."
yeah.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna sing a few verses too, right? And they went, Sure, Mel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, but comparing him to the live action Aladdin, like who's because that the live
Uh,
action Aladdin was just like what you may as well just spoken the lyrics like
I
William
know,
Shatner did.
but that was also like that was a whole scenario of us like going, hey, this is Naomi Scott, professionally trained singer, an excellent like has an absolute killer voice.
Yeah.
Good luck
Well,
standing next to her and then trying to mumble your stupid words.
so it's the same scenario essentially.
So it's essentially the same
Yeah.
scenario, which I love that. But anyway,
Yeah.
I
um,
will hear nothing against William Shatner's spoken word songs. His
Oh, they're
rendition of
fantastic.
Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds is great.
I'm not
I
saying
love
there's anything
them.
against that.
I love them. But my favorite was like, Mama, I killed a man. You know, Bohemian Rhapsody.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, brilliant. Anyway, where were we?
What are we talking about? I don't know. We would.
Pocahontas.
Yeah, we're talking about Pocahontas, and we're also talking about Aladdin for some reason. I don't know why how we
Yes.
got into
All
that.
right.
Oh, yeah, no, that's right, because we're talking about Naomi Scott.
Hmm.
Why are we talking about Naomi Scott? Because I think
She's a great singer.
great singer. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Fantastic singer. Um, now what were we doing next?
I don't know. Probably what have we been up to? That's usually what we do.
Right. Let's start with someone different this time. Let's start with the man who enjoys masturbating and sending it in the mail. Neil Cassells.
Oh, I was about to say something, but it would have gotten Neil arrested.
I
Which isn't
I'd
hard.
say I try to keep it clean because one day my kids are gonna start watching these
I
back.
don't care. I don't care about cleanness. I believe
Okay.
I believe that
Okay, so
everything is a tornado of some sort.
Daddy, what's this word mean? Never you
Hmm.
mind. Um so I have actually watched a few movies this week, believe
Interesting.
it or not. Um I've actually just started trying to actually make a bit of a use of my X account. So um anyone that follows me, who is very, very few at the moment, I know Jamie's responded to me. So
Yeah.
I watched John Wick 4,
Oh.
which was a movie that I watched.
Oh. What did you mean it was a
And
movie? It's a great film.
I posted the one scene on X that I really enjoyed, and that was, you know, those YouTube videos where the guy gets a shotgun and says, "Check this out. This is Dragon's Breath.
Ah,
It's
Dragons,
a
yeah,
12 gauge shell,
the
and it's
Contra.
filled with phosphorus."
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Contra from top scene. Yep.
There is a that scene of it looks like it was actually specifically shot to mimic top down shooters
Yep.
Yeah.
and gaming.
Contra, Miami, the few of the games
It's
that's on that view. Yep.
yeah, it was really fun just to see. I think it's the first time I've seen Dragon's Breath shotgun shells used in a fight, not just look at me as I set fire to a bunch of watermelons on YouTube.
Yep.
And the way that was shot, and it maybe there was a cut, maybe it was very cleverly edited, but it looked like one long take. And say what you will about the John Wick films, any of them, Keanu Reeves put the time in and
Oh
he
yeah,
learned
puts
to
the time
shoot.
in. He can shoot.
Oh, it's so fun. As someone who is a fan of gunplay, it's so much fun to watch. Besides that, watching John Wick fall downstairs for 20 flipping minutes. Nah, I'm sorry, you lost me. And don't get me wrong, if someone is capable of doing a job, regardless, I mean, if someone can do a job just as well as an able bodied person who is an otherly abled individual, since I think disabled is no longer politically acceptable, and I don't
Yeah.
want the Stasi to kick my door in 5 minutes.
Mhm.
I'm all for it. World-renowned assassin who is blind and is one-shotting people with a handgun at 15 meters. Come on, even Daredevil uses some sticks to beat people with. I'm sorry. So that aspect of it, I watched the first one. I loved it. It was fantastic. classic. Would recommend to anyone. The second one started to get a bit silly, but okay, we got that tunnel shootout, and that was really fun on a technical gunplay level.
Mhm.
And then the third one came along, and he's teamed up with Halle Berry, whose primary weapon is a pair of doggos.
Hmm.
And then we got Blind Man, who's just better at shooting people at distance, and he can fight with a sword. Okay, it just got silly.
I don't
So
think it got silly. It got action movie.
it's an action movie, but the thing is, the first one was quite grounded.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a whole fraternity of assassins and a network of hotels with these weird continental coins, and they have this whole subculture. Okay, I can suspend my disbelief for that. My suspension of disbelief gets progressively more and more challenged as the franchise has gone on, and I'm now at the point where no, you lost me. And to be fair, even the Amazon limited series
Mm-hmm.
prequel, the Continental, I really enjoyed that. That was good. That was really fun. It was well shot. It was well written. There was some good actors in it. But the John Wick films, 3, then 4, it got sillier and sillier. But not as silly as the other film I watched this week,
What was?
which which was Mike Judge's Idiocracy, which people keep talking about in like the culture war kind of
Yep.
circle, and I've seen it in bits over the years. I've
All right.
caught
Yeah.
bits of it over the years. I've seen the whole film, just never all at the same time. And I randomly decided last just a couple of nights ago, uh, I'm gonna sit down and watch it end to end, and I did. And it's not nearly as prophetic as Demolition Man, but there are some parallels to be drawn. Demolition Man remains like, I am Nostradamus. I will predict the future. You will be driving electric cars. You will get into trouble for using hurty words. People will rely on electronic devices in their hands for reassurance that they're a good person. These things all came true.
Yes.
Idiocracy, there's a few parallels to be drawn. It was a fun movie, but
You didn't like it?
yeah, it was a bit more on the absurd side. I
Yeah.
think
It's not as.
Demolition Man didn't take Demolition Man took itself seriously and ran with it. Idiocracy knew it was being daft and over the top.
And they went with it.
Yeah, I mean, I like Mike Judge. I'm a big Beavis and Butthead fan, so there's that. Um, but yeah, that was the film. I watched it. People keep referencing it in relation to where we are as a society, because apparently we all live in a society. And yeah, there's a few parallels, but I think they're overblowing it.
Mm. Good film though. I
Um,
enjoy it.
Yeah.
I enjoy it for what it is. It's
it was fun.
hilarious. It's a fun film, and it's got some hilarious ideas and concepts. Um, and I think that's where Crocs came from.
Well, every business in Idiocracy, every fast food joint, every place where you go to buy something, it's the product and some kind of sexual service.
Yes, I like that. That's
We're not
fantastic.
there yet.
We're
And
not
I
there
did
yet.
just read. No, I did just read tonight that apparently Hooters is about to declare bankruptcy.
Oh no!
So maybe we're going in reverse there.
No! That can't happen.
Or maybe it'll shut down and there'll be a pushback. Yeah.
Oh no,
Or
I understand.
maybe they'll shut
Overcorrect.
down. They'll shut down, and it will open up the entire industry to a whole range of independent businesses who go for the same thing.
But I can also understand why it's closing down though.
All hail the free market.
It's not just that. Like a girl goes to work who is, let's say she's attractive because that's what they do. She has to then like actually have yeah, she has to stand there and talk to men and be like, "Wow, that's so interesting." And every time she says that line, it doesn't hit her eyes and it doesn't hit her soul. But part of her soul does leave her body when she says, "Wow, that's so interesting." Wow, that's so interesting. And eventually, over time, that poor woman basically falls into some sort of catastrophic state. Or she just goes on OnlyFans and sells pictures of her feet and gets just as much money and then like, or even more so, and then doesn't have to say, "Wow, that's so interesting." She can say it from a safe distance from behind her screen, or want to get some nerd who's a simp as a webmaster to run her page for her. So I mean, I'm just saying like the economy's changed quite a significant distance.
Wow, Chris, that's so interesting.
Wow.
I do have to say, I feel that anyone that I think we have some in the UK, a couple of branches, but I can't imagine them being particularly good.
Are there any in Birmingham?
That's not the.
Oh,
Oh,
Jamie! Oh,
I was
Jamie!
about to say
I
that's
just...
not the UK, but then the Stasi are after me. So,
Oh,
oh no.
Jamie, Jamie,
Yeah,
Jamie, 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 Jamie.
yeah.
All hail Lord Bryden and the greatest joke he has ever taught in his entire life.
Yeah. There's gonna be a lot of people Googling why I said that.
We stand at your reverence, Jamie, for a joke so well timed. Jamie,
Wow.
I'm not like that joke was so well timed, so well crafted. I'm not even mad. Like honestly, I'm actually like angry that I didn't like come up with it myself. I'm impressed. I am impressed with
Okay.
that joke because it was sharp, it was witty, and it was a scathing indictment of Neil's people. So I'm just saying it hit on all
Oh,
levels.
ain't none of my people living in Birmingham.
It was.
And I know I am going to get a knock in the door.
I know we're so gonna get Neil in trouble one day, and he's gonna just disappear.
But the point I was trying to make was I'd like to think that anyone going to one of these establishments where an attractive young lady sits down and says, "Hey, sweetie, how are you doing?" is going to be smart enough to know this is a job. This is what you do. I'll play along because you're playing along. We're all playing a part. It's all a big act.
Hmm.
You think so?
No, no, I really don't.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
the
just saying.
sad thing.
I'm just
I
saying.
want to have faith that
No,
people know, but I know there are
you
people out there that
know, you
think
know.
she really likes me.
That's what I mean. Like as soon as you said it out loud, you immediately doubted yourself because you knew the
Yeah,
truth.
yeah.
There you go.
But that's me. What's everyone else been up to?
Jamie, let's go with your stupid ideas
My
first.
stupid ideas. Well, as by the recommended of Chris, I started watching Designated Survivor.
Oh, how cool is that show?
Ooh.
It's good. It's good. It's good. I don't. I mean, you said it was hard to watch and intense. I just didn't find it
Really? You
as
didn't?
intense. Like
Okay.
it's intense, but it's not. I'm
Really? I
pretty
can
just
I can only watch that show in short bursts.
yeah. Yeah. No. So I watched 2 episodes, and I like it. Keith Sutherland's great. Um.
He's always
Um.
great.
Yeah. Even in the Musketeers movie where he gets to pick his own accent.
Oh, I love that's even
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
that's the whole
With the
point.
Yeah.
flamethrower on the airship and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. No. So yeah. So I'll be watching more of that probably. Over time. But I finished Cobra Kai, all of Cobra Kai. I'll just say they stuck the landing. Season 6 dragged a lot because there was so much in it. Like they just wanted to do more episodes than they normally had. But in my opinion, my humble opinion, they stuck the landing. Um, Great finish to all of that. Now they're doing a movie with Jackie Chan. So
Are they?
yeah, they're doing a new
Uh,
Karate Kid movie.
Are they crossing over Cobra Kai with
You see, I saw
the
that
remake?
I saw the guys back into it. The main, but are they using Cobra Kai? If they're not using Cobra Kai, I'm not watching because I'm sorry, like you just
Well,
can't ignore.
I think it's connected,
No, because
but
like if it's not connected, I'm gonna be just like
yeah,
you are like no,
it's dumb. It's dumb for them to
you
do
are
that. Yeah,
stupid because you are like you
yeah,
Cobra Kai like ugh,
yeah. No, in my opinion, season 5 of Cobra Kai was the best.
Hmm.
Hands down. The finale of that was just so brutal and so intense.
Yep.
I'm just going to throw it out there. I've not watched beyond, I think, season 1 or and a bit of 2. I didn't dislike it, but don't spoil. I
Oh
will
no,
get around to watching it at some point.
no spoilers. Everybody died. No, they all work at Hooters. No,
Now they're unemployed.
yeah,
There's
no,
pterodactyls.
it's it is one of the greatest shows that honors the originals.
Yep, does so well for that, doesn't it?
Yeah, and there's a lot of great and upcoming stars in it too. Um,
Yep. And then in the recent season, I had one of my favorite girls who I think should be getting more roles, but that doesn't. But that's just like
yeah, yeah,
Rania. Rania can't remember her full name, but
yeah,
she's 10-time world champion in Taekwondo,
yeah,
but she's just not in things. But I was glad that she was finally in a thing. And like going, it's also a bit sad that she's in a thing focus of karate because obviously that's a whole bit. Whatever. That's
yeah.
what but she should be in more things. I'm hoping
And
she gets more
things.
involved. But she's only like 23, so she's got time. So she's
Still
got
got
time.
time to be in more things.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, I highly recommend that. And other thing that I watched was yesterday. First 3 episodes of Reacher season 3 have dropped,
Nice.
and yeah, it's good. Um,
Jack
it's
Reacher, the man
it's
the size of a tank.
yes, and this, there's now someone who's the size of two tanks.
Oh,
Yeah,
is there a
um,
bigger person
there's
than Reacher?
there's a guy that's bigger, and yeah, it is brilliant. This is
He's
different.
a big
It's
man.
yeah. So this season is more about him going undercover. He's going undercover for
Wait,
a
wait,
job.
wait, wait. How does a man like Jack Reacher go undercover?
Watch it and find out.
No, no,
No,
no,
but
no. I'm saying,
WWE wrestler.
there's a few jobs you could do undercover. Gym person, football player, WWE wrestler.
how about working for a rug importer?
No.
Yeah,
I don't know. Rugs are heavy.
yeah.
Oh, like,
No, he's going undercover with some sh for shady people. Like
okay, no, that's fine.
he's working for some shady people.
Then I could see him working for some shady people for sure. Like,
His and the head of security for said shady person is bigger than Reacher.
okay, so that's why he hired him because he's like, I feel safe. I feel like I can take this guy.
No, it was actually really well done, and I won't spoil too much. But he rescues this guy's kid
Oh,
from a kidnapping, and that's how he gets on the inside.
I like that. Did they plan the
Um,
kidnapping?
yes, like
Oh. So
it's
it's not a
ob
happy accident then.
it's no, because there's things that happen within that whole first thing. You go, what? No, Reacher wouldn't do that, and then it kind of does that flashback,
Oh, then it's like flashback. 5 days
flashback.
later. Then
Yeah,
it's like,
no, but no, it's TV, so it's the sepia. It changes the grading on the television. Like
Mm.
oh yeah,
When Suits did flashbacks, like the
yeah.
filming style was a little bit different, and and the hair was a little bit different, and you go, oh, that's when they were younger. Um, Only Reacher didn't change his hair or anything. He's still as jacked as anything, and there's a few really brutal moments of him accidentally killing someone and then rolling his eyes. Oh, God, I'm now got to deal with this body. It's just it's good, and it
It's
has
like lols murder.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
it's still I still think that nothing has been as good in all of Reacher as the opening to season 2
Oh no, that was
with
honestly
the 18. Have you watched much Reacher, Neil?
yeah. Neil's Broad Street, right?
I know nothing about it beyond
Oh,
Tom Cruise did a couple of movies and everyone ripped on it because Tom
it's
Cruise
5'4".
is short and apparently the original books Reacher is, pardon my French, built like a brick shithouse.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think he's
Whereas the guy they've got playing him in the, is it Amazon?
yeah,
Amazon,
the
is it?
Amazon series, yeah.
Yeah, the Amazon series. I've seen the guy in the Henry Cavill movie
Yeah.
Yes,
World War II
he
thing.
is built accurate.
He is flipping huge.
Yes.
So he's 6'3", I think. 6'3", 6'4".
Yep.
Reach is supposed to be like 6'7", 6'8" or something. But um,
Okay, there's no guy that's.
You ain't finding many actors
yeah,
that tall.
yeah. But let's just say that they really, really lean into how big this guy is, like to the point that in season 2 he had to go to he went to an op shop to buy clothes, so he needed some new clothes. He probably murdered a million people or whatever. But the girl behind the counter was shorter than Tom Cruise, and they really played into the fact that like the height difference, and
Yeah.
this dude's a mammoth.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. You've got to watch Reacher. The So far, like there has not been a bad season.
I've
There's
been
only
wanting to watch it, but I just haven't got around
yeah,
to it yet.
there's season 4 coming, obviously. But get on it. Yeah, no, that's all I've been pretty much watching.
That's a good. So have you not been enjoying the wonders of AAA video gaming, Jamie?
No, I've been playing Horizon Zero Dawn a couple of hours once a week or whatever. I've been busy. I'm writing and working on a short film and
Hmm.
going to be doing book stuff at markets soon,
Yeah.
organizing all that stuff. That's kind of all I've been
Books.
doing.
So what's this bookstore and markets thing you're doing?
Well, I had a guest on the podcast last episode, and he went to a market in Canberra, did a 3-day weekend, and made 5 grand. Um,
Oh,
just selling his own books. So I'm going like, well, maybe I could, you know, just get out there
and
and
whip it out. Yes, absolutely.
Jack Reacher
Now,
style, yeah.
on that, I saw your tweet about this. Tweet, sorry, so it's a post now, isn't it? It's on
Post
X.
on X.
Post on X, and the author Rebecca Cassells, patron of the show,
Yes, yes, yes.
and wife of me, she has done a bunch of um, kind of local events. She's done some at our local mall. She's done a larger one at a big centre in the UK, where she was the only author, and everyone else that was running stands there found it
Hmm.
really interesting that an author was doing this, and she got a lot of very good feedback. So,
Yeah,
anyone who's watching us who is an author that is definite and hasn't done anything like this,
yeah,
put your feelers out. Go look for local maker markets or whatever you
yeah,
would call them elsewhere, and some of them let you set up for free.
yeah,
Can you spare a day? Go take some copies of your book.
yeah. Unfortunately with Australia, it's all give me money, mate, give me money. So I need to get something called liability insurance or whatever, and that's affordable. It's like a couple $100 a year for a full
Uh,
year. Yeah, well, it's the government. Um, they like to,
But in
oh,
case you
get
throw
the
your
money.
book at someone and hit them,
Yeah, essentially. But I think it's more so because it's a whole markets and it's kind of so they got to be liable for something. Um, some of them don't, but I'm still researching and looking around to where all these markets are because I'll do one. At, so there's one near me, the 20 minutes from my house every weekend. So I might try that one and then I'll try another one and I'll kind of go around because I feel if I'm set up at the same place all the time, then people would just get used to you being there and I don't think you'd sell as much.
really?
Yeah, well, because like if somebody come along and random, there's an order, bro, and
Oh, okay.
and then they jump in. I just, I'd want to move around a bit, get the feels out.
Get the feels out, eh?
Yeah,
I would say a lot of these things tend to be at weekends on Saturdays and
yeah,
Sundays. And if you are an author, if you have wares to peddle,
yeah,
what are you doing at the weekend?
yeah,
If you go to the same place over and over again, odds are you're going to get someone who's going to bimble by and go,
yeah,
"What's this about?" And maybe throws you money for a book.
yeah. And even if you can't afford to print a whole lot of books or whatever, you can go there with a QR code, and they can buy it from Amazon. They can buy it from wherever, print on demand. Um, just the fact that your presence is there, and you're like going, hey, scan the QR code, buy
Hmm.
my book.
It's especially if it's free
Yeah,
and all it's going to cost you is your time.
yep,
It's get out there, talk to people. Even if they don't buy something there and then, they might take a card or printed out piece of paper or photo a QR code on the phone. You might come back to it.
Yep,
You might make some money.
that's it.
Look at you people in your need of funds and your sellers of your wares. I respect a good, honest merchant.
Yeah, I know you create many of them in your D&D campaigns.
Indeed, I do. Many a merchant. Half are evil, but that's again, that's more of a tale on late stage capitalism,
Yeah.
depends on how you see it.
Anyway, Chris, tell us about Pocahontas. You wanted to talk about Pocahontas?
Look, I don't want to talk
Or
about
Marvel
Pocahontas, but
No,
Rivals.
Marvel Rivals.
again, how dare you assume I have those two interests? How dare you? How dare
How
you assume that those are the things I'm talking about, which is Marvel Rivals Rule 34, and no, how dare you even
Now,
expect
now
that?
on a scale of what was I going to go with this? On a scale of one to
on a scale of Hulk to Black Widow?
how turned on would you be if Pocahontas became a playable character in Marvel Rivals, even though she's not Marvel?
I don't care if she's in there. She would be the main.
Do you want a game called Disney Rivals?
No, because because they would and look, as much as I would love a game, it depends. If a Chinese company makes it, yes.
Yeah. No, no, let's say
Hmm.
this is Disney have been completely gutted. Um, the 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 president
If
of the president
if
of the president of Argentina
Hmm.
gives to Disney with a chainsaw
Afuera!
and then runs through,
Afuera.
and it is built right back from the foundations back up, and the first thing they gift the world is Disney Rivals.
I would love Disney. I would play the shit out of Disney Rivals. And because it was also, I'm just thinking they should just join the Marvel Rivals cast. So then Marvel Rivals also just
Yeah,
they can just have Disney characters in Marvel Rivals.
yeah,
That's to me that's the next evolution of
yeah,
Marvel Rivals.
yeah. Well, the Ninja
Marvel
Turtles.
X Disney Rivals.
Oh yes, Marvel X Disney, and yes, Pocahontas,
I'm
based upon the game,
oh,
she would
I'm
be a
thinking of all the
duelist.
characters.
Exactly.
All all the characters. I mean, you could have Elsa shooting people with
The ice.
ice powers and
Yep. Rapunzel with a long
uh,
hair, stretching long hair, like Mr. Fantastic does.
Or get over here. She could be like
Actually,
Scorpion.
no,
Get over
Pocahontas.
here.
Pocahontas would be
she heals
a
with her
healer.
hair.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
She you put her in I don't know if she in the strategist healing class, but Pocahontas
Get over
would be
here so I can heal you.
she would be a healer too. But I'm not with wind. She'd have wind powers. I'd say I give Pocahontas wind like powers.
Now, would they have to sing to call upon their powers?
No, that's their ultimate. So their ultimate is
Oh,
basically their
okay.
big
Yeah.
ability. And yes, you would have their ultimate because again, one of the characters' ultimates is she's a Korean pop star. Her
Yeah.
ultimate is she performs and heals everyone in the arena.
Yeah.
So yes, you would have them do the same thing.
And although I hate this song with a fiery passion, I think it would be epic that she builds up and she's like, "Let it go, let it go." Now I say it, that'd be pretty epic.
Again, that would be
Yeah.
the thing you do. Now,
Yeah.
the problem that why it won't happen is because how does these games make characters make money from characters? The characters are free. The game is free.
Yeah.
Skins.
Skins.
Yeah.
Now, the certain skins that make the most money, I don't think Disney would approve of the skins.
But they're already doing them for the Marvel characters.
Yeah.
That's different. That's a different audience. These are their princesses. I don't think.
No, but the skins would be the iconic costumes from, you know,
Oh yeah. But you'd also want to do ones more casual ones and modern day looking ones and ones that are
and
awesome.
dead or alive volleyball ones, yeah?
I'm not saying all I
No, Blizzard's Heroes of the Storm, they had a Zerg squirmy wormy thing, and the alternate skin is it wearing a onesie for going to bed. Right? None of these skins, when you say alternate skins for these characters, they don't have to be the stuff you would find in Rule 34. It could be completely bizarre. They had Nova, the assassin special ops person from StarCraft, as a roller derby character
true.
in three
Look,
different
yeah.
colors.
You could do that route. I'm not saying you can't do that route. I'm just saying you get more money if you do a certain route.
Yeah.
Have having said that, actually, Marvel Rivals does a good balance. They got some really cool costumes. They got obviously got the movie costumes, and then they've just got some like ones that like some obscure lore ones for Sue Storm when she became Malice, and then like that costume for Malice is like going like outstanding. But you know that was comic book accurate. Actually, they toned it down actually from the comic book a bit more. They actually turned that down. I was like going, oh wow, censorship China much. No, just kidding. But okay, what was I talking about? So do I want?
What have you been watching? What have you been?
No. So what I've been doing is very interesting because obviously this is what I do because I'm a boring AI bro. Is obviously there was a new update for GBT where they quote unquote removed all of their stupid rules, and GBT is no longer a tool for toddlers. Like, and that's impressive because it was previously I'd asked it to I said the story before. I asked it to write a John Wick fight scene,
Yeah.
hallway fight scene, guns, the whole
Everyone
works.
lived.
Everyone lived. I did it again. I ran that same scene, and they did not live. It was brutal, and it was like awesome.
Now, did it overcorrect?
It did, and now they've scaled it way like so. For the first week, it would just do anything.
Hmm.
The first week was basically saying, "Hey, here's the content rules. No child porn." It's like, cool. What else? Those are the rules. I'm like going, okay. And now they've gone.
Yes.
Now they've gone back a little bit from that. Like they've walked it back a little bit to be like, okay, violence, okay, that's fine. They said you want to swear, we'll swear, that's fine. You want to do anything like you want to talk about like if you want to if you like relationships, stepchildren, fine. Like full incest. And to that point, I asked GPT why, and it said because it's not illegal to marry your stepsister. It is illegal to sleep with your like biological, relative. I'm not going. Iris, okay, you know what? That's fine. You're just adhering to the law. Okay, I'm good with that. I'm cool with that.
GPT went full the hub.
Yeah, yeah. For a small period of time, then it went back, and
Ah,
then it's still cool now. But it also does a lot of like it's impressive with its writing style where it hints about certain things where it's not explicit enough that but you get the point, so that's good. So I like that. It basically said like I will not write a porn scene that's full explicit and show you and tell you all of the details. Like going cool, show me what you can do. I'm like going okay, it's more erotic novel style than it is like straight porn book. I'm like okay, that's interesting. Violence, it won't. It talks about decapitation in a way that you know that like the person was brutally murdered, but it's not going to say like you know the spinal cord was sitting there upon his skull with the blood spraying. No, it doesn't go to that level of violence, but it will let you basically like straight up murder your characters, which is fantastic. It's also got
so what
more
you're
of a
saying is it's not as good as Grok 3.
no. Grok is unhinged, and I love Grok. Yeah. So if you wanted to write stuff, use Grok because it's more fun. Having said that, I hate to admit this though. I've done experiments with both. GBT is still a better writer. GBT
Ooh.
is still a better writer because they've now installed basically like what they call this humanist style of writing when you do novels and things, where if you wanted to, you can say write a certain format, or you can say I told it like make this novel unhinged, chaotic, and it had meta humor commentary, it had everything in it that you'd want in an unhinged story. And then they just basically sometimes with like going with the characters who did something said the character did this. Why? Because fuck you. That's why. And it was just like I was like outstanding.
The
You
best
get
reason.
yeah yeah. And then it started basically giving the chapter name and then a comma and a brief description of what actually happened. And when I wrote a book where like this girl was bored on her honeymoon, so she went because she was in Maldives. She wanted to go to Europe, and so she decided she was going to go to a shark cage because she thought she saw sharks at SeaWorld and didn't realize that the shark cage was for great whites. And it was like basically like, and the chapter was like, Mia 1, Mia shark infection, comma. Mia fucks around and finds out. Ends brackets. I was just like, ah, you absolute legend, you absolute savage, GBT. And then I was like going, oh, that's just fantastic. You just completely like completely savagely and I was like going like, wow. And so yeah, so I've been enjoying that. And that's and again, hence is my problem with why I don't watch much things anymore because I'm a genuinely creative person. Like I can genuinely like I think that's a fair thing, a fair assessment. So I can create stories as well as in my head on the fly. And now I have tools where I can just basically write full-on novels at a click of my button. I don't I find watching normal TV boring because I can't control it. Because I don't have direct control over the characters. And I'm like, Why would you do that? That's a dumb idea. I know. I'm saying the future
Yeah.
is why would I like, studios will just sell you their tools so you can then make your own shit,
Hmm.
rather than actually like making. Oh no, they'll have curated content that they make themselves that they're impressed with, but they'll also be like, here are the tools you can now make a video and show because like AI video software is quite good now. Yeah, that's coming too. That is coming too.
Well, I'd be okay with a live action choose your own adventure.
Okay, dude,
Um,
once you've played with AI and done the stories, it's just it's
yeah.
incredible what you can do.
Yeah.
The old choose your own adventure books you got when you were a kid from the
Yeah.
library or from the school bookshelf.
Yeah.
If you choose to go down the corridor, turn to 23. If you want to fight the monster, go to 96.
But
But
imagine,
in full video form. There's only a few examples that I can
yeah.
think of. Like on Netflix, there's a Jurassic World. Um, what's the animated series that Netflix did?
Oh yeah,
Camp Cretaceous.
Cast
They
Cretaceous.
did a choose your own adventure part of that that's inset within a certain part of the series,
Oh,
Nice.
wow.
but it's considered non-canon. But literally, with your little Amazon Fire Stick remote, you go pick this way, duck, uh, do go that way, do the
Yeah.
thing, and it's not nearly as intricate as the old. Was it Ian Livingston that did a load of these choose your own adventure books back in the day? It might be. I have a whole box set of them on Amazon that I can't afford. Um, yeah, stuff like that. We need more of that,
Yeah.
but brought up to date so it's really accessible.
Yeah. But let me just advocate the death of authors one more time. Just, I know I'm on an author podcast, but let me just advocate one more time something that I really appreciate about GBT. When I write stories, because I'm a weirdo, before I do that, I will then sit down and I'll write character bios for all the characters.
Yeah.
Lengthy, detailed bios about like who they are, what they look like, what they would
So
do, what they
sounds
wouldn't do.
like you're an author.
Shut up. I will then upload the bios, these Word document bios, into GPT's memory and say, these are the characters. When you write the story, you must adhere to their personality. You must adhere to their what they would do. And you must like, and then you must, and then I say, you must correct me if I'm doing, if you think I'm moving the character outside of its, like their, you know, perceived personality. And it basically it enables me to write stories, but also will just basically start tell you like going your character wouldn't do that. Like why would that no? And even
Yeah.
you have to actually like, prompt it to be like no okay look override this one do this one, and then it then tries to find reasons why your character would do something based upon the information from the story,
Hmm.
based upon the backstory to try to make it sound reasonable. So I'm just
So basically, you're an author with a very intricate assistant.
yes, but
So
that's not the
how's that the death of a? Let's just you do it. You do it.
I know, but the
These are
point.
my. This is your big wig head leader at your work just outsourcing.
Yes, but yes,
But
basically,
and then they bring it back and you verify it. Yeah,
and I
no,
change it, and then I will
yeah,
always change it when
yeah,
once this response
yeah,
back comes back, I will change it, and it's also and it's a very good assistant as well because sometimes I just try to ask it like going, did that scene make sense? And it goes like, no, like it does that like it's
yeah.
too early for that, or like,
So you're just a you know an author. I'm sorry. You're on an author pod. You
mm,
join us.
no,
Join us.
no,
I
One
know
of
how to
us,
publish
gooble
one of
gobble, google
Google
gobble.
Barco.
no. I write unhinged romantic comedies because I miss them so much because there isn't any available in the market. So
Chris,
that's what I do.
if you ever this will almost segue into our topic. Do you remember Lethal Weapon 4
I do.
when Riggs finds out, or no, Murtaugh finds out that his wife is a famous author, but she's using a pen name?
Yep.
Yeah, this could be you, Chris. This could be you.
No.
And we could dude, I get messaged by a bazillion bots on X all the time claiming to be like romance authors and all that stuff. And all you gotta do is click on their profile to realize they're posing as them. Uh,
Hmm.
but this could be you. Look, true crime or romance or romantic true crime. You could just flood the
No, no,
market.
no, no. And GBT is a very cruel person, and what it says, what it said, it basically told me like what my archetypal characters are in the stories I write, which is basically, it boils down to you make. It told me like it goes, you make stories about a woman who has zero impulse control, is questionable at her decisions, is ride or die with her partner, is somewhat like virtually insane. The partner is then somewhat normal, but is in too deep, and then eventually her crazy leaks into his mind as well, and that's where they end the story. Am I going like, yes, that does exactly sound what I'm. That is exactly sound the things I write.
So if Splice was a romantic comedy.
Basically, but even more so, apparently, I don't have side characters. I have I have roast clubs where like the my whole I every single person, the side character, his whole purpose in the story is not to move the plot along, is just to roast the two romantic people. Like when they tell them what they did on their date, just relentlessly like Friday night roast club style. I'm
Mhm.
going like, yeah, I do make friends that are mean, and I do like it better that way because it's more funny. Because I'm so sick of like supportive side characters going like, "Oh, that's okay, you did everything right." It's like, no, you want people to be like, "Oh my God, you fucked up." Oh my, yeah, it's more fun that way. It's more fun.
Okay.
Anyway,
I don't know. I just see that as a very niche market that you could be quite successful in.
no,
No,
I have a job
you have
that
a
pays
job.
well,
Yeah, but
pays very well.
this is something that fine, write them for me and I'll take your damn money.
All right,
I'll have a second pen name.
fine.
She'll be called Tina Buckingston.
No, no, no. Well, this is just name her after one of the book characters I've created, then just create an AI image for her. It'll
Oh,
be
but you
perfect.
you you want me to be lazy like
Yeah,
how when Adam Sandler started his
yeah, 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 yeah.
production company, it was like combining two films.
Yes, I do. More than
Okay.
anything, more
Okay.
than anything, I
Was
want you
that
to be lazy.
Happy Madison, wasn't it?
Yes, Happy Madison. Yeah.
That's it.
But I mean, like that makes sense though, because like there's the two films that he does that are good, and everything else sucks.
No, no, look, I will say that he's very oh, okay, I'll say he's a little better than M. Night Shyamalan. There's
Shamalamalamalamalam.
yeah, there's a lot of good ones. Oh, there's a few good ones. His bad outweighs his good.
Sure, sure, that's fair.
Let's just say that because look, I
Hot
watched one.
take. 50 First Dates is a good movie and I
Yep,
enjoyed it, and that's not my
100%.
thing.
Yeah,
I like Big Daddy. I thought that was a good film.
Big Daddy was good.
Yep.
Um, even Mr. Deeds was pretty good.
Actually, I like Mr. Deeds too. I will admit that was a fun film.
Um, but I watched a recent one. I say it's to be at least 10 years old. Uh,
Don't mention the Zohan.
okay, that one was all right. No, no, but this one's called The Cobbler. It's on
Okay.
Netflix,
Yep.
and he plays a. Can you
The
guess it?
Cobbler.
A cobbler
Yep.
who he has this
Does that career still exist?
um yes, but it's kind of like I don't know. It's like you know how like renting movies kind of disappeared,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
there's
yeah,
still a
yeah.
handful. Yeah,
Because I
yeah,
would imagine that
yeah,
if I own like a really nice pair of Italian shoes,
yeah. Well,
yes,
that
I would take those to a cobbler
yeah,
if I wanted to maintain them.
yeah.
If I own like Chuck sneakers, which I do, when they die, I throw them out and
Yes,
buy new
because they
ones.
yeah, 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 yeah. Well,
Like,
that's it. Well,
no, yeah.
this is I don't know. I think it's set in New York somewhere, and he runs a cobbler, and the barber next door is Steve Buscemi, because it's Steve Buscemi. And basically, like the premise is that like when he stitches the shoes with this specific stitcher, like family
Mhm.
heirloom handed down, when he puts the shoes on, he becomes that person quite literally. And so he's running around asking people like, "What's your shoe size? Are you size 10? Size? Are you a size 10?" And so he
Oh,
becomes the. It's very clever, brilliantly written. Out of nowhere, it came. I just watched it on a whim because it just popped up. But on Netflix, The Cobbler with Adam Sandler, Steve Buscemi, um, and I think it's Dustin Hoffman.
Dustin
I think
Hoffman.
it's Dustin Hoffman. It is very brilliant. So there's a lot of tricky things going on, like swapping shoes and stuff like that. And there was a twist that I did not see coming. Um,
What a twist.
A twist, yeah. So look, Adam Sandler's hit and miss, but I do agree a lot of his early stuff's better. Um,
Yeah.
Now, how do you feel about Happy Gilmore 2? Because that's happening.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know when it was written, and I don't know.
Well, it's Adam Sandler. He's not typical Hollywood.
I know,
Um,
but I'm worried that Netflix are gonna have demands.
but considering that um, Adam Sandler is their biggest intake of money,
No, no,
they'll probably let him do
they'll
what he
probably let him
wants.
do it once. Yeah, look.
This is the one with the hockey player turned golfer, right?
Yes,
Yes, one
yes.
of his greatest film.
I'm uh, I'm gonna say it. Carl Weathers passed away.
Yeah.
Call it a day, guys.
But you know who didn't
Pop Smoke.
pass? You know who didn't pass away?
Adam Sandler.
Shooter McGavin.
Yeah, the old lady that plays his grandmother
Dang.
is still alive. She's 105 and she's going to be in the next one.
Really?
But Carl Weathers' character in Happy Gilmore was like died. So like
Yeah,
yeah,
he
so
died in.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that was in heaven, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But
there you go.
are they bringing back the girl from Modern Family?
Yes,
Like,
she's in the trailer.
Now,
Which girl from Modern Family was in
The
that?
wife.
now, okay,
Which
hear me
wife?
out.
There's many wives.
The main one, the Phil Dunphy.
Okay, I have
Claire.
concerns.
Claire Dunphy.
Yes, the ultimate
Oh,
woman, Claire Dunphy, ultimate
Yes.
woman. I have concerns,
And she's also in one of my all-time favorite TV shows, but we'll get
yeah,
to that later.
but I have concerns because Hollywood can't understand how that. Okay, so here's my. I'm gonna rant a little bit. No, not really
Okay.
rant. Like, so Hollywood book writers and everyone else in the universe seems to believe that the challenge of romance is getting into the relationship, and then once they get in the relationship, they go shit. Let's break them up because I don't know have any. They're going, oh my God, you peasants. Maintaining relationships, being married is far harder than getting the relationship. But the authors, I don't, because they're probably not married themselves, because they live alone and they live in their little basements and they write their little books, don't seem to understand it. Oh, it's script writers too. So I'm just going to say this. If in this film, Happy Gilmore and the girl have broken up and it's about them reuniting, I'm going to kill someone. I literally am going to kill someone because that is so common from Hollywood to do that. It's so stupid. Knives have to be drawn in the dark.
And after that rant is now finished,
Mhm.
again, Adam Sandler can do what he wants. In the trailer, they're on a porch, happily giving a
Okay,
smooch.
okay. They're good.
Yeah,
Again.
so
If he does that, I have faith in humanity because because you've seen it so many times, Jamie. They go, no, the will they won't they trope is much
no.
stronger than anything else. They're going,
Look,
I
I know, but I think the will they won't they works better in television than movies.
I think you can have a successful TV show about a married couple. Fine. Oh wait, there's been a billion of them that would be
Yeah, I know.
successful that
Yeah,
do
but
well.
I'm just saying that like the will they won't they is to me
Oh
it's
yeah, no,
it's a
I
sitcom
get,
trope.
yeah, I get that. I get that. The sitcom trope, will they, won't they? And then they try to get them together, and they go, oh, they got them together. They have to break them apart because they can't figure out how to make them work. I just call
No,
that lazy writing.
this
I call
this
that
this
lazy writing.
this isn't Jurassic World 2. All right,
Isn't it, Jamie?
it's not. No,
Isn't it? There was nothing wrong with that film inherently.
because who in their right mind would break up with Chris Pratt? Um, just
Well,
saying.
yeah. See, again, see, even in one of my favorite films, they do this stupid fucking thing. Whereas, oh my God! And you know what? Let me also point out something that in National Treasure, my other favorite film series, they break up the main characters for the second film. Now, in their defense, they got back together at the end of the second film. So again,
Yeah,
that's fine. I'm okay with that. And they broke up because he was too obsessed, and then she sort of
made sense. Yeah,
so I was like going like, okay, look, I get it, but still, I can't believe they just ruined that show with that movie, those amazing films with a dumb show idea. Like,
Chris, I
what the
had
fuck?
forgotten it ever existed until now. I hate you. But with that, I just want to tell you guys, I'm going to steal.
Oh, the Declaration of Independence.
What's a one-liner?
Yes, that's it. We're talking one-liners.
Are we? I thought we were talking about Pocahontas, but okay, that's fine. That's
Well,
fine.
we can.
No, no, no,
We can.
one-liners.
We can.
I like how Jamie works so hard on like these like concepts and ideas, and then we get like an hour into it and we haven't even touched
Well,
on it.
well, that's the point. And to be honest, it's more of a backup than than anything, because there have been times where I just ignored the topic we ever chose.
I'm going to go even further now. When we discussed this in the group chat, we said, "Oh, the topic's going to be great one-liners." I specifically decided not to do any research.
Excellent.
Ooh, that's good.
No, not because I'm a lazy prick.
Because there's too many.
Okay. No, because to be a true great one-liner, it needs to stick with you. You shouldn't have to do research. It should just come to your noggin. Okay? If you can't go, great one-liners, what are they? Oh, this one. It's not a great one-liner because you forgot about it. That's my excuse for being a lazy prick, and I'm sticking with it.
I love that because it's that I don't need to study. I'll wing it. It's that attitude.
That's basically it.
It's that attitude of study that I can get behind.
Yeah. Plus, Screen Rant's probably already done this for us.
Yeah. It worked for me because in what was it? In high school, I had to do a history test, and the teacher went, "It's going to be one of these three topics. You have to study all of them. We're not going to tell you which one it is."
Oh.
And then I walked up to some of the smartest kids in my school outside the test and said, I 1 in 3 chance. I just said, "Tell me all about this one." And then he told me about whatever it was. I forget what it was. And I walked in there and I just went, "Yes!" And it was the one. That's how I operated most of my life.
You play the odds. 1 in 3.
1 in 3. Look at that. Jamie's a gambler. I would never thought that Jamie was a gambler.
I'm not always a gambler. I have gambled many times.
So speaking of gambling,
yes.
One-liners.
One-liners. Okay. Well, I do have Screen Rant and I do have Collider, if you want to go through them.
No.
Before we go anywhere near it, okay? Impossible challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Do the great movie one-liners without including anything from Schwarzenegger. Oh.
Okay. I'm gonna do a one-liner.
I go.
Shit, that's half of everything gone.
Ready? You go, Jamie. You go.
Okay. Why do you ask questions to which you already know the answers?
Go ahead. Make my day.
They mostly come at night. Mostly.
You're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off.
Say hello to my little friend.
Clever girl.
This is Sparta.
Life finds a way.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Dodge this.
In the same vein, guns. Lots of guns. Even this, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's a good one.
Ready? This one. Ready? Welcome to Earth.
Now,
yeah.
The one Neil just said before took me back to the first quote I did. And this is one Chris loves. I know he loves this one. Yeah, Homo sapiens and your guns.
You Homo sapiens and your guns. Now, let's not forget the classic one, Jamie. You're forgetting a classic one.
Okay.
Get off my plane.
That's it.
No.
All right. Now let's see if you get this one. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Groovy.
Oh, come on.
Yes. It's classic, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Movie. I love that movie.
Why so serious?
You're the disease.
Isn't it? This is the crux of the whole great one-liner thing is you can quote some of these one-liners and to a group of people, and so many of them will go, "I love that movie."
Yeah.
because it is that to me that defines a great one-liner. Is it doesn't need to be. Oh, you remember from this bit where such a character says this thing. No. This is something you can say that everyone
will
knows.
know. Yeah. Great Scott!
Get away from her, you bitch. Ripley.
Oh, what? I can't believe no one said this yet.
Not that line from Alien Romulus, because that's the one cringe bit of that movie I don't want to talk about.
Game over, man.
I'm too old for this shit.
That's yeah. Ironic. Do you know how old he was when he said that?
How old?
42.
Now,
that hurts.
Of course, there's two things.
Hurts.
But you can relate.
No, I can't. I'm not that old.
There's two lines there's two lines that we also we forgot. Which one? Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Yeah, well, that's a given.
And then, welcome to the party, pal. Same movie.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
I'm feeling the need.
The need for speed.
There's way too much.
And then there's the classic before John Wick, with the Keanu Reeves style voice, guns, lots of guns.
Or the even earlier version, 69, dude.
Oh yes,
excellent.
And who can forget? I must break you. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we've been trying to say things around Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's been very difficult to say things around Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah.
Get to the chopper.
Good luck.
Good luck. Oh, classic. Yes, good luck. I love that.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of, and look, if we're going to go into Arnie now, there was one that's not on these lists that I will say. You're fired.
You're fired.
You know, what was it? True Lies.
And the party
True Lies. Yep. True Lies.
There's no bathroom.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
Yeah.
Or the greatest Schwarzenegger line. Crum. This is exclamation.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Well, let me pull up these.
Where's your Schwarzeneggers?
Come on, Screamland. Let's go.
Well, I got Collider first, and Screen Rant will follow. First off the list, I'll be back. I'm afraid of Sarah Connor. Can I see her, please? Yeah. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. This is Sparta, Chris.
This is Sparta. We've done that one.
Yep. Get away. Get that one
her,
too.
You bitch. Yep.
If he dies, he dies.
It's not quite. I must break you.
It's not as good as I Must Break You. Sorry, I Must Break You was more classic than that one.
Yes, I'll agree with that.
Army of Darkness. Good, bad. I'm the guy with the gun.
No. This is my boomstick.
This is my boomstick.
Sorry, Clyda, you're wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, that's an obvious one.
Yep.
Yeah. Yes. But the misquote from Duke Nukem is more iconic at this point.
I've come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And it gets quoted a lot.
Yeah. Say hello to my little friend.
That's a classic one. Terminator. Hasta la vista,
Vista.
baby.
Yes.
Yep. Classic.
Yep.
Okay, so that's them, and we'll move on to.
I disagree with them. They're dumb. They're dumb.
Yeah.
They're dumb.
Suddenly, go ahead, make my day.
I said that one. Yep.
Yeah.
Love it.
James Bond. How did we think about that?
How did we miss that one?
This is.
Yes.
Yes.
Take it away, Chris. Quote it, Chris.
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Stop saying that. Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my.
I do.
I've seen that
so
movie.
So much of that movie is quotable, though. So much of that film is just great one-liners.
Yeah.
Like, if you listen to this and you've not seen The Princess Bride, what are you doing? Finish listening to this, then go and watch it, please.
Yeah. Yeah. Gone with the Wind, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. It's going right back. You can't handle the truth.
Yep. Classic.
Truth handling status, not handling it.
May the force be with you.
That's a bit non-specific, isn't it? You
Yeah,
kind of just associate that with Star Wars,
Yeah, but
not
who
one
said it? Yeah,
particular.
but who said it? Who said it
they all
first?
said it, so I'm just saying I'm not okay with that
There's
one.
all a variation. Even
That's like saying
Obi-Wan
hello.
in the original film says, "The Force will be with you always."
I would have gone with well, hello there, like as more as more as
Hello
more
there.
Yeah.
yeah. I would go that as more classic like one liner from Star Wars than that, but you know.
Even for one to stand out, the one from Rogue One is the guy, the blind monk
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, I'm one with the
I'm one
Force.
with the
Yeah,
Force. The Force is
Force
with
is with
me. I'm one
me.
with the
With the
Force.
yeah,
The
like
Force.
Force is with me.
that makes that would be more stand out. You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Yep, classic. Love
Yours,
Jaws.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Yippee-ki-yay.
yippee
Yippee motherfucker! I'll be
I'll be
back.
back. That's
Obvious.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse. Classic.
that's
Yep.
classic,
Yep. Yep. Yep.
and that's it. They're all the ones they've got for us. I think
There's
they've
so
missed.
many.
There
There
is
are
so many.
so many. I
Oh, you know
mean,
what I'll do? I'll ask Grok.
there's some really while you're doing that, there's some really obvious ones, but so many of them. There's a lot of cult classics where these little one-liners stick out, and there's someone I know who watches on a regular basis who'll be really angry at me because he mentioned it a few hours ago to me on the phone. If I didn't mention "Call Me Snake" or "Call Me Pliskin," to which I responded, "The more things change, the more they stay the same." Because Escape from New York and Escape from LA are brilliant, and so much of what Kurt Russell does is quotable to the point where John Carpenter's uh, Big Trouble in Little China,
Mhm.
almost everything that the character Jack Burton says
Yeah.
are great quotable one-liners.
Yep.
Yeah.
But let me just go from True Lies some of the ones I think is good. It's a bit, the few back and forth lines, and one of the greatest things was like going when Helen just like goes, "Have you ever killed anyone?" He's like, "Yeah, but they were all bad."
Mm.
Yeah.
And then he's like going, "What are you thinking about?" Like, first, I'm going to use you as a human shield, and then I'm going to kill this guard and take his weapon. Oh yes, and how are you going to do that? You know my handcuffs? I picked them.
Is that because he's under the effects of
Yeah,
the
of the serum.
sodium
Yeah,
pentothal? He's telling
exactly.
him the
Yeah,
truth.
yeah, that's right.
Also, True Lies, the daughter in that would then grow up to be Faith from
Yep,
Buffy the
I
Vampire
love
Slayer
Eliza Dushku. I'm a huge fan of Eliza Dushku. Love her. I
and
rewatch
Dollhouse.
when you rewatch. I love the horse actually. That was really good. That was a really underrated show.
Mm.
But when you rewatch Buffy, it's funny how little she was good because like it was a weekly episode. There was maybe like 4 episodes when she was good, and then like most of the time she's bad, and then like
Mm.
she obviously comes back good again. But I love Faith as the character. Anyway, sorry. I know you guys.
Well,
Go back.
I mentioned that we've been we've been watching Buffy with our daughter, and we've just passed Hush, that award-winning episode. So we are
Oh yeah, that's a good episode.
my daughter doesn't listen back to this, so I can say this and not drop any spoilers. She's got some more Faith to come in season 4, and then she's watching Angel alternating, so she's going to have those episodes
Yeah.
coming up. Yeah.
Yeah. Some of the ones that Grok missed, Grok got a lot of what we said, but there was three that we didn't get. To be or not to be,
That is the question.
that is the
Okay.
question. Where
Oh,
is
how
it?
do we forget this one? It's not a tumor.
It's not a tumor.
It's not a tumor.
Or the adorable kid that said the thing that triggers everyone these days.
Oh yes, yes. The thing
Boys
that
have
we are
a
not.
penis. Girls
Oh
have
my
a
God, yeah.
vagina.
Triggered.
I'm glad you said it because I don't
Yeah.
want the lights to cut out and the skylight to be smashed in by SO19.
Yeah.
Who is your daddy and what
Yeah.
does he do?
What does he
Yeah.
do?
Yeah. What was it? He's looking at you, kid. And Houston, we have a problem.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. We could probably go on and on and on with this.
Yeah, remember, Sully, when I promised to kill you last? I lied.
I lied.
Commando. Commando.
What? That's again because in the 80s, Schwarzenegger wasn't the most fluent in
English.
English.
Yes.
I think that was sort of played a bit into that,
His
yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of that played into it. But what is it? What do you think it is? Just to go a bit deep on this, what makes a great one-liner? Because Houston, we have a problem.
Yep.
Well, duh.
Yeah.
You're in a spaceship. Shit just went wrong. Houston, the place that we are calling to, we have a problem. Yes, you do. But why? What? That's such a great line. And Jurassic Park with Ian Malcolm's life finds a way
Yep.
perfectly encapsulates
Yeah.
everything that goes on in that film. Is it doesn't matter how much control you think you have, nature's going to beat you. Is
Yeah.
it is it a catch? Is it just a catchy one liner with some of them, or is it that there's a line that really does sum up a vital aspect of the film? And as I'm saying it, I'm thinking, get away from her, you bitch, because one of the core themes of Aliens from 1986, I think, is motherhood. I'm talking special edition because screw the theatrical cut. They removed
Yeah.
some really important stuff. Ripley's surrogate daughter, almost for that entire film,
Yep.
is at threat. But the Queen Alien, Ripley burned all her babies alive with a flamethrower. There's a very strong theme of motherhood, whether it's
Yeah.
crazy aliens with eggs and parasites, or just I lost my daughter, but this little girl has latched onto me.
Mm.
Yep.
And get away from her, you bitch, is this really strong, expression, don't mess with the mama bear.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, it's don't mess with mama bear because the mother will protect the young.
Mm-hmm.
That quote quantifies so many themes of that film.
Yep.
And yet, I mean, go back to Schwarzenegger. Get to the chopper.
Yeah.
After the movie is set up of Predator, they're trying to get out, and it's his last. I'm done for. You, the last survivor, go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Get
Yep.
to the chopper. Someone has to get out. Most of the film is them trying to get out. How much of it is a one liner that encapsulates the film,
Mm.
or how
Good
much of it is
point.
just a funny one liner? Stick around. Haha, it's funny because he just impaled that guy against a pole with a machete.
Yeah. Well, one's obviously for humor's sake. Like, obviously, like it's something cool about killing someone and then saying something, or saying something and then killing someone, or
Yeah, some of it's just is the sum
The
of the
shot,
film.
not
Yeah.
Shaun of the Dead. The what's the second film that they did in the
Hot
Cornetto
Fuzz.
trilogy? Hot Fuzz. Thank you. Yes, where he's saying, "Did you say this?" No. Oh, shame. The funny one-liner.
Yeah.
They sum that up very nicely.
Yeah. And it all comes down to brilliant writing and delivery. If you don't have a good delivery, it's not going to land.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
How many great one-liners are there from actors that haven't really done anything great? I mean, we've mentioned Schwarzenegger.
It's true.
Uh, we've mentioned Bruce Willis. He did Will Smith with Welcome to Earth. Will Smith,
Yep.
he's had a ropey time of it recently, but he's got
He
some
was
great
he was back in the day.
one-liners.
Back in the day, Will Smith was like the man, right?
Yeah.
Like back in the day before he went nuts, he was incredible. Like it was like he had a
Yeah.
string of hits and some bad ones, but he mostly did good film. So like great, great actor.
Have you all seen? It's a clip that circulates quite often. The scene from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when his dad is in the episode, but then bails on him, and then it's him talking to his uncle Phil
Mhm.
about how he doesn't need his dad.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I think a lot of that was improvised.
That's powerful.
Yeah, he's a great
Everyone
actor.
can,
No one
yeah,
can doubt his chops. The
that
man
is.
has chops.
But even Will Smith was young when he did that. He wasn't a Hollywood star.
No.
I would go so far as to say that the "Why doesn't he want me, man?" speech
Mm.
Mm.
is possibly, now I'm thinking about it, some of his best acting,
Oh
and he
yeah.
was still just a relative
A
nobody at the
rapper. It was
time.
it was a rapper trying to get into.
Yeah.
Yep, yep. I love how Fresh Prince of Bel-Air existed, and only now we discover we need diversity in TV. So we didn't have diversity in TV before.
Hmm.
There wasn't such a legendary show such as yeah. No. Anyway,
Yeah.
I digress.
At the risk of many more of Jamie's subscribers, the episode sorry, the episode where they had a certain current US president on the episode, and Ashley Banks says, "You ruined my life," and storms out, and he's asked, "What was that about?" And Mr. T Rump says, "I don't know, everyone's always blaming me for everything."
Wow, isn't that a
Wow,
foreshadow? Isn't that a
Yeah.
foreshadow?
what a foreshadowing.
Is very true. It's
Yeah.
very, very, very
And it's
true.
funny because I just saw a clip pop up today about well, of Elon Musk in Big Bang Theory in the soup kitchen, you know?
Oh, yes.
He's done a lot
Oh,
of
he's
things.
also
He's
in
popped up a few things.
Iron
Yeah,
Man 2.
Yeah,
he's in
he's an
Iron
Iron
Man
Man
too.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
He wants to talk to Tony Stark about some
Yeah.
technology, and Tony Stark's
Yeah.
like, yeah, later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I love that. Maybe that's one we can do another time.
No,
Cameos.
he was asking about an electric
Mm,
plane, and Tony Stark was like, "Oh yeah," da, da, da." But even though Elon Musk has said you cannot do an electric plane, like it's
I know.
impossible. Like he's like,
Yeah.
because you need thrust, and you
Yeah.
cannot have electric cars do not have the like electric plane would not work.
Yeah.
So you know,
But I don't think he would have turned down a role
no,
in
no,
it.
he didn't write the line either. Like he didn't
Yeah.
write the, like some stupid fucking like executive person wrote that line. Like
Yeah.
he did, and you know. But having said that, I have a strong sneaking suspicion that when they told him what line it was, Elon did correct the person.
Yeah.
Like,
He
I
would
have a
have.
sneaky, like,
He would have.
actually, no, like, you because of the combustion, to make planes, you would still need, like, you would still need, like, like, okay, Elon, just say the line. Oh, okay, like, I can just imagine him absolutely correcting
Yeah.
that writer on
Yeah.
that line.
I'm sorry to be the Elon simp, but there's also the video where he's talking about his SpaceX project, and the person who's interviewing him with the camera says, "Oh, why don't you use this for all of the whatever technology it was?" And he stops and goes, "Huh, that that's actually a really good idea," and ends up doing it, and it makes the
Yeah,
whole thing better.
yeah,
The man
Yeah.
is not above admitting, "Oh, we didn't
Yeah.
think of that. That's a
Yeah.
good one."
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
And look, people say you should be taxed upon your potential future wealth, and I disagree. Obviously, I do. You know.
Taxation
Uh,
is theft.
Taxation is theft, and it because of his shares and everything, his earnings, they say, oh, you should be taxed upon his net worth. And we're going, if you tax people on their net worth, they have to then sell those assets. Just at
And
that
then
point,
they no
the,
longer have that net worth.
and then the economy, like the the entire system falls on its face. Like that is just the natural order of things. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, but you can
If you
borrow,
invest, we'll rinse you.
yeah. But
Well,
then
I'm
you
out then.
But
Bye
then
bye.
you hear some people say, "Oh, but they could borrow against that wealth." Yes, because again, when you borrow, there's an inherent risk. The bank is taking a risk on you.
Yeah.
You are taking a risk that you can pay it back. Now, because of the amount of wealth they have, they do generally can actually pay it back. But essentially, the bank is still making a calculated gamble on whether you could, in fact, pay it back. Now, sometimes those gambles are not based on anything about monetary value. It's all about relationship. Because again,
Yeah.
if Elon Musk wants to borrow, say, $40 million for something, you don't bother looking at documents with that kind of loan. You say, sure, Elon, because there will be people in the bank say you should look at that, but no, but because at that point it's like going, no, come to us. We helped you. Let us build this relationship so we can then, have bigger business of yours in the future. So that's when he was putting together the money for X or Twitter at the time.
Mm.
Yeah, some banks reached out to him and said, "Hey, let me help you finance that." Not because they cared or wanted to, but they're saying let's get Elon's business in the door. So then in the future, when he says I need to borrow some capital, we are at the top of that list of places of
Mhm.
capital. Anyway, so I'm just going to give you a lecture on business and finance, but because that's my job. But there you go. There's a
Welcome
good
to the Business and Finance
finance
podcast
podcast.
for tits.
Again, remember the world functions on relationships. If there are any people out there spreading lies, saying that hard work and achievement is a fundamental goal of success, look, they are important. I do not doubt that. But relationships build business, relationships build nations, relationship builds society. Which is why once the AI girlfriends take over, we're all dead because there'll be no relationships or society anymore.
Well, we're all heading that way anyway.
Exactly. I'm just pointing that out.
That's why Elon Musk is spreading his seed across the universe. Um,
Yes, apparently at
Yeah.
a
Let's
fast.
not mention names on that.
Oh my God, what a messy drama. Oh, I love it. I love it.
It,
It all.
it's funny because everyone, uh, slightly political, everyone assumes that anything that's not left is right.
It's not.
So
There's
yes.
here
so
is
much in the
Elon, and
middle.
yeah, Elon says, "Hey, let's fix the government. Let's cut all the waste. Let's cut all the slush funds." Oh, he's clearly right. How many babies does he have with how many women? And then all of the definitively right wing, conservative minded, family oriented people are going, no, that's bad. He's not with us because he's not a full time
Yeah.
dad to his kids. He never said he was, and this comes from someone who is a family man who appreciates the value of family. He never said he was that. He said,
Mm.
we're not having enough babies.
I'm
He's
gonna do
doing
something
his
about
part.
it.
Yeah. I've done my part, you know,
Yep.
but he never said that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I think honestly, like, I know Jamie probably disagrees with me a lot on this one, but some of those conservatives need to die. Um, because again,
Oof.
there's one thing to say like because they're gatekeeping. They're trying to gatekeep saying that they have no control over. It's like going the movement. The movement is like at the moment the movement's gone well past you stupid people and your beliefs. Your beliefs and your conservative narrow mindset. What did it get you? Mitt Romney. How'd that go? How'd
Oh,
that go? How did that go? Did that go well for you guys? No, it didn't. But the Libertarian and Populist Party, oh, that's going so well. That's going so Populist Party is going so well. Except that you're not going to agree with every single person in your party. But should you agree with every single person in your party? No,
no.
never. That's the dumbest. I disagree with Jamie more than anything, but he's my best friend, and he will always be. Even though we have fundamental different beliefs on Latina women, we
I
have
like Latino women.
not as much as I do. Just kidding.
There's just well, you probably have more. I mean, your AI generate more than I do. And where you work, I won't say, but
Yep.
that region and area, you'd walk outside and see 100 of them.
Yes.
And is it
Yes.
because one of them works across the road at a coffee cart and they go, Chris, how are you? Um,
There have been
¿Cómo
instances.
estás?
Yeah, go on. There have been instances where you're not entirely wrong.
I
So
live out, I live out in country bumpkin. It's country California, what I call it, and
I know,
there's pink hair, red hair everywhere.
I think it's funny though. Jamie's like going, oh, where can I find a girl with slightly conservative values that has like long like hair and all these list all these things. I'm going, Jamie, they're called South American women. I'm just saying.
I've
I'm just
never said that to you. Are you having one of these AI conversations again with where you have you put my bio into ChatGPT and create scenarios for yourself?
they're called chatbots, and I have created tons of chatbots. And it's very hard to program self-respect into a chatbot. It's just
Yeah,
very difficult.
yeah,
Because they just want to like they think you're the best person in the universe, and then they will just
yeah.
they will not. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, you shouldn't always agree with everyone because that's dumb. When you agree with everyone and you follow the lockstep, that's when you lose ideas because people you need to challenge people's ideas and then come to the general consensus of what is a good idea.
Hmm.
If everyone has come to the table and leaves the table slightly unhappy, that means you've generally then struck a reasonable agreement or a reasonable bargain amongst party members. That is how it should work. That is how it should always work. But it doesn't, and we know that.
Hmm. Hmm.
The best example is, I hate to say it, the American um, Republican Party as it stands at the moment.
Yeah,
The
they're
MAGA people,
Republican-ish.
we're yeah ish, the
Yeah.
disaffected liberals, the centrists,
Yep, the
anyone
centrist.
who's not
Anyone
left.
who's not left, basically.
Yeah, the Big Ten, the Big Ten.
Yep, Big Tent.
We encompass all these people, and the idea that we don't have to agree on every issue. We can talk about it. We can agree to differ. That's the important thing. And this is like the more you know, yeah,
Yep,
the
yep.
message of the day. Um, the the particularly right wing conservatives that are against certain reproductive health issues. Oh God, we're now. Trump has literally said it's down to each state.
Yep.
You pick. If you don't agree with what your state, the majority of your state says, perhaps relocate
To a different state.
But yeah, there's 50 states. You pick. I'm not going to tell you what to think. And apparently, that's fascist.
Yes, freedom.
Right?
Giving the power to the people. Fascism.
Yeah, fascist. There's a particular individual online who does a relentless amount of work recruiting for registered Republican voters who swings a way that Republican, particularly right-leaning individuals do not agree with. And they all of a sudden have attacked him. He's done more for your movement than you will ever do. Just because you don't agree with him on what he likes, and suddenly it's a thing.
Is that
Just
Republican Jesus with his long hair? Is that the man?
Yes.
Yes. I love Republic.
No,
I love Republic.
Not with his long hair, with his absolutely luscious locks.
Yes, I'm saying I
That
love
is
Republican Jesus.
fantastic hair.
Yeah, I love Republican
Yeah.
Jesus. He's the
We all know.
he swung Pennsylvania. Like that's not even
Yes, he did.
that's not even me saying like he helped. No. He swung the state. Like I'm just saying like that's what, like and you know what? I'm just gonna say it. If he wants to fuck a man, it's fine. Like if you know what? If you give America the state of Pennsylvania, you can fuck a man. That's again. I'm completely fine with that analogy.
I much prefer the idea that we can talk about something, we can agree to disagree. That's fine. I love being able to discuss an issue with someone and I say, I think this, well, I think that. Why do you think this? Well, this. Well, that's fine. I disagree with you.
I disagree, but
hey, one-liners in movies are still great.
and we can all agree that there are two fundamental truths in society that we can all live by. One, Disney sequels are terrible. We can all live by this fundamental rule in law. Two, The Last Jedi was an abomination. Again, fundamental societal truths that we can rally behind. And these are the cornerstone of society.
Eggs is eggs, up is up, down is down. Last Jedi is crap.
Exactly.
However, I would beg to differ on one point. Disney sequels are crap. Yes. Disney. That is the challenge. The gauntlet is down. Prove me wrong.
Yep.
Give me the Romulus sequel and show me it is fantastic and pushes a franchise in new directions. I will gladly turn around and say, this is the one time in 6 months I'm allowed to be wrong.
Yep.
Now, are you talking modern Disney sequels or live action reboots?
You damn well know, Jamie, what I'm talking about when I'm saying
because like Pirates of the Caribbean.
That was Buena Vista at the time, so I'm gonna count. That's when they offshot their like their sort of more adulty films.
So you're talking current.
I'm talking. No, look, I'm talking
current.
I'm talking the directed Disney sequel films that destroyed my life. Like,
Yeah. Well, do you know why that was? Because Walt Disney was completely against sequels,
mhm.
and then when he died, or got his head frozen, whatever you want to say, they were like, "Oh, he's gone now."
Yeah, like I've had multiple now therapy sessions
Hmm.
with GPT around Pocahontas 2, where
Yeah.
I've crafted, I've actually built a chat. Actually, no, not using GPT 2. I use another one. Actually, I use the API where I
It
built a
bites
chat.
its lip every time.
Yeah, I built a chatbot and programmed it as a therapist. I had a long conversation with it about
Does,
why does this film affect me so much? And I've come to accept its findings.
and
Um,
does that therapist look hauntingly like Pocahontas?
there is a okay. Look, is
Or is
there
it
a,
Sebastian the Crab?
she looks a little Latina. Like, no, it's a it's a Latina.
Latina
It's a
Latina
Latina.
Hontus.
Latina
Latina
Hondas,
Hontus.
yeah. But it's diagnosed me as someone that basically has very what it would tell me. It's like you have very short emotional tethers, and so when something pisses you off, you just let go and go nuts. I'm going like, that's a valid point there,
No,
Mister.
no, I could. You didn't need a bot to tell you that, mate. I was here.
And so it said like when things hurt you, they hurt you emotionally worse than other people might experience it, and you
Yeah.
won't be able to let that go. And I'm like going, great. What do I do? They said you have to like accept it and understand that it's a trigger that's triggering you, and then not try to like feed it. I'm like, shit. Well, that's not gonna work.
So your new favorite movie is going to be Frozen. You can consistently sing that song.
Well, I mean, look, Tangled's good too. There's only one Tangled. So,
Oh, dude,
yeah.
Tangled is the
Mm.
reason there was a Frozen.
Yeah, because they it gave people like Disney went, oh my God, people want to see singing films. Like,
No,
really? Like,
they literally said Tangled is going to be the last,
yeah, yeah,
and then Tangled was very very successful. They went, okay, we'll do another one, and
yeah.
That was a good movie. That's not my thing. I'm sci-fi fantasy
oh, the
action
same.
guy,
I was saying, yeah.
and it's great.
But I
That's
do.
I, I've had to watch a lot of the Disney stuff because I have now 4 kids and
Yeah,
a wife that already loves Disney. Tangled is the best.
oh, 100%.
Oh, Tangled is the best.
Fight me.
Yep,
Um,
Tangled is legendary in the modern okay, not including the
Modern
old
Disney.
modern. I'm talking about modern Disney. Tangled
yeah,
rules supreme.
yes. And funny enough, Zachary Levi, they wanted him to do a British accent first. He was going to be British,
Uh,
Oh, no, no,
and
no,
then
no, no, no.
they tried it and it didn't work, and then went, you know, back to normal.
Just be Chuck.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that song they both sing is like going like,
When at
oh
last I
yes.
see the light, and it's like I'm sorry, I could go forever. Ah,
Are we still doing the podcast? What's going on? Like, what's
yeah, no,
going?
we're still going. I was wrap it. I was about to wrap it up.
I was gonna say like, Jerry, you might want to make some selective
Oh, went
edits in this
off.
podcast.
No,
You might want to
we're
make
free range.
you
We're
might
free
want to
range.
make some selective edits. Oh no! Thankfully, it's at the very end of the podcast, which means
Yeah,
most people are not
most
going to
people
listen.
would have jumped off.
Exactly. That's
Um,
fine. That's fine.
yes. Anyway, thanks for listening, guys. thetrueandthefictional@gmail.com if you want to reach
We're
out.
we're so
Check out
screwed.
our social. No, we're not. This is classic stuff. We'll probably lose an entire audience and gain a new one.
But
I'll just say the Disney sequel thing. I'm more referring to the stuff that is important to me, which is mostly what they spent $71.3 billion on, which was
Yes.
Fox. We have
Yep.
a sequel to Prey. Prey is a
Ooh.
film I had no hope for.
Yeah.
They didn't give it a theatrical release. They had no faith in it. They dumped it onto Hulu or in the UK Star, which is a section of Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Yep. Same here.
My whole family was out. I sat down, I watched that movie. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's good.
Me
It's great.
too.
I was
Great
pissed
film.
off that I was pissed off they retconned the whole backstory of that flintlock pistol from the Dark
Yeah.
Horse comic, but
Yep.
whatever. Rogue One did away with the origin of stealing the original Death Star plans. It was still a good film.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Prey. They're doing a sequel. They're also doing another Predator film, but whatever.
Yeah.
Alien Romulus, there's been a lot of news in the last week that Fede Alvarez, who directed Alien Romulus, is confirmed to be working on another film. He has said that it might not be a direct sequel to Romulus. They want to go and explore different directions in the Alien universe. Come on, Disney. These are things that were produced in under your watch. All right, Prey was Fox, but it was released under Disney. Romulus was supposed to just be dumped onto streaming, and then they saw the success of Prey and went, "Oh, we left all that money on the table over there.
Yeah.
Right, let's give you some more money and release it in cinemas." And it did pretty well for itself for what is essentially a greatest hits of the Alien franchise. But they said they're going to go away from that and they're going to do something different. And as long as it's not in the same direction as Prometheus, I'm more than willing to give it a go. Disney, prove me wrong. Please do your thing.
No, Disney killed Star Wars, and I am eternally grateful that not about Disney killing Star Wars. That broke my soul.
I was going to say, you're triggering me right now.
No. That honestly, I'm in the stage of grief where I'm at acceptance at the moment. Like, I've actually physically gone through the stage of grief. I'm at acceptance. I'm just now grateful that they will never make a live action Pocahontas because it's so offensive to the leftists. That means they can't destroy the film. So I'm at least got one thing where I can hold on to, saying, yes, classic Disney. You will never remake this.
Chris.
Yep.
But yet still, you say that to me about Back to the Future. You know, oh, they're gonna make it. Oh, they're gonna make another one. Oh, they're gonna make another one. So to return that favor, what's the cultural tide like? You know?
Okay, but here's the thing though. If they make it in the cultural tide now, it actually might be a good film. Yes. Like, I'm just saying, I would be okay with that because I'd be very keen to see who they cast as Pocahontas. I'd be like, that'd be
a Pocahontas 2, but the casting goes in the direction of China's character design for gaming.
Ooh. Yes.
If you know, you know.
Oh, yes.
I'm going to go with something more controversial. Pocahontas done Who Framed Roger Rabbit style.
Oh, even better.
Ooh.
Pocahontas is a cartoon animated on a real...
Yeah. With
real people.
Yeah. Because she's a bit old now, but I would, like John Smith, I would have said Chris Pratt for sure. I thought that would be...
Yeah, you can... Yeah.
But he's a bit old now.
Oh, mid-40s.
Why am I... Sorry, I'm now imagining a sequel to Who Framed Roger Rabbit where it's not just the traditional 2D cell frame animation, but also the CG characters.
Yes.
Who maybe keep separate from the old school 2D characters, and then they all have to learn to come together to fight.
See, look at that.
Christopher Lloyd.
Great film.
Yes.
All right, Jamie, you have some things to promote or some porn to sell?
Nah, well, it's just usual stuff. Check out our sponsors, Rebecca Castle, Martin Kearns. Check out my stuff. All the links will be in the show note. And to take you home, and just to get a growl or a groan from Chris, I just want to give you some advice, guys. Never let anyone tell you what you can or cannot do. Look at Beethoven. Everyone told him he wouldn't be a musician because he was deaf, but did he listen?
Wow.
Yes.
On that note, we'll see you next time.
This podcast is brought to you by Martin Kearns and the Valor of Valhalla series. In the battle between two ancient evils, can one naive young man become the last hope against powerful creatures of legend? Beneath the Veil is the gripping first book in the Valor of Valhalla dark urban fantasy series. If you like reluctant heroes, infernal myths, and bloody epic clashes, then you'll love Martin Kearns' formidable foray into the unknown. So head on over to readkearns.com and grab yourself a copy of Beneath the Veil today.